So you want to know the secret to a low-cost 401k? First, you got to know the rules of the road. Number one, never pay retail. These things can cost you $500 minimum, up to $1,000 to set up solo 401ks. Number two, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. So three, you've got to leverage off of a proven model. And just to remind you why we're doing this, okay? Self-directed IRAs are great. They're fine. Nothing wrong with them. It's just that solo 401ks are better. They're more flexible and they're cheaper. How much cheaper? Well, take a look at this fee schedule. You got setup fees with the self-directed IRA, usually $100. Annual fees, you got transaction fees. Every time you buy and sell a piece of real estate or anything, they're going to ding you. You may have LLC setup fees with your state and or renewal fees. So there's some more dollars. And then finally, the worst part about it is if you're paying asset fees, the more assets you accumulate in your IRA, self-directed IRA, they may charge you asset fees. So if you have $100,000 now and you're paying 0.4%, that's $400. If that 100,000 grows to 200,000, that's $800. So the more money you have in it, the more they're going to charge you. On the other hand, look at the solo 401k fees. I'm going to show you how to set this thing up for $0. You're not going to pay anything on an annual basis. You're not going to pay anything when you buy and sell. There's no LLC to set up or renew. And there are zero asset fees. What's better than that? Moving on. I'm going to show you the components of the solo 401k for three reasons, basically. Number one, to discourage you from doing it yourself because you don't have the expertise, okay? Number two, it's time intensive, and three, it's very expensive. So as I go down this list, number one, plan document. You need a plan document. And as you'll see, virtually everything on this list is going to require an attorney, and that should ring bells in your head saying, ding, ding, this is expensive. Because it's going to take an attorney a lot of time to develop a plan document for you. And number two, the IRS termination letter, it's free to do it, but to get the approval of the IRA, it takes weeks and months. So it takes a lot of time and money and expertise to know what you're looking at to do it. And as we went back before in the rules, don't reinvent the wheel and leverage off of a proven model, right? So all of this stuff out there exists just for you to pluck out of the air or out of the internet, rather, just to take for yourself. So where can you get it? Now, when I was setting this thing up initially, this was 5 years ago, I set up my first solo 401k for $0, and I did it myself. I went through this IRS pre-approved list of solo 401ks. Now, these aren't all solo 401ks. You've got to, if you're going to set it up yourself, which I don't recommend doing, you've got to read through a lot of plan documents, and most plan documents are anywhere from 50 to 150 pages of legalese. You kind of got to know what you're doing, and you got to know a little bit about tax law and retirement plan regulation, which I do. So I don't recommend you doing that yourself, but you could if you had a lot of time and you wanted to. But I went down through this list and I found a really good one from Charles Schwab. It already exists. It fits exactly what I wanted to do at the time, which is invest in literally anything with my solo 401k. So I went through it, read through all of the plan document, looked through the adoption agreement, the new account forms, looked at the IRS determination letter, made sure it was approved, and made sure that I could do exactly what I wanted with it. And so this fits the bill for at least 3/4 of people. Now, the downside to using Charles Schwab is that they do not allow Roth solo 401ks. So, but for traditional type solo 401ks, it's great. And I do have another company for the Roth aspect, but this is a great place to start out. The paperwork is not too intense, and of course, nearly everyone's heard of Charles Schwab, so they have a good reputation, and this is a tried and true solo 401k you can leverage off of. Now, most people don't know you can actually utilize their 401k to invest in anything. Now, they might not even know this, okay? But it's in the plan document, and I will show you in the next video why this is legit to do and how it is that they come to allow this. It's written in their own actual legalese, and they may not even know they're allowing people to do it. So that's the basics of the secret to getting a low-cost solo 401k. You're leveraging off of something that's already existing, okay? So don't miss the next video. It's going to tell you a little bit more about why you can do this and what in their documentation allows you to do it if you want to understand it a little bit more and make sure it's totally legit for you to do, okay? So check out the next video, all right? Thanks.